Hello and welcome to this Primary Markets webinar for yuriQa. Today we're hosting Philippa Johns, CEO and co-founder of yuriQa, to talk about the company and the investment opportunity. This will be a nice, short, sharp presentation of 5 to 10 minutes, maybe with a question included. Then it'll be recorded and put up on the platform. So without further ado, we'll get underway. Thanks, Philippa.
Thanks, Nick. So yuriQa operates in the huge travel industry. It's one of those industries that it doesn't matter what's happening in the global economy, it seems to survive and thrive, and in fact grows at the rate of between 6 to 8% every year. And it's hit US $8 trillion this year. So it is an enormous industry and creates an enormous amount of data. And yuriQa's developed a capability that we've called a virtual travel manager. So think of it as a virtual assistant for travel agencies that operate in this huge global industry. And we help them become more profitable and more successful and grow their businesses by using technology and using a proprietary platform to help them uncover in real time opportunities for growth, opportunities for revenue, and opportunities for savings from their travel data. We've had some great traction already. We've got trailing 12 months revenue of 330,000 Australian, and we're achieving average month-over-month growth of 12%. And we have a huge opportunity pipeline, which is a global pipeline. We resell the platform currently through one of the world's largest distribution companies of travel, the travel port GDS. GDS stands for Global Distribution System. There are only 3 in the world, Travelport's one of them, and through them we've already reached out to and are live in 8 countries around the world, in Europe, in South Africa, right throughout Asia, and obviously in Australia. The idea or the concept or the need, the burning desire to create yuriQa, which is actually a play on words of the word Eureka, the Eureka moment, and helping travel agencies find those light bulb moments from a huge amount of very complex data. That came from a highly experienced team and was born out of sort of mid-parts frustration and mid-parts inspiration. The frustration came because all of us have worked in the travel industry for more than 20 years each. Our CTO's been in the technology in business intelligence management for almost 20 years as well. And we've all worked with customers, travel agencies on both sides of the supply chain around the world. And there's tremendous frustration, even in 2018, around gaining insights from data. Not just data, there's plenty of platforms that can tell you how much you spent or how many people went to Singapore in July. But we wanted to give people the insights they needed to run their business. And that was born out of us being consultants in the industry, account managers in the industry, advisors in the industry, and also having previously built businesses in the industry as well. So between us, we have almost 100 years experience in the travel industry and on the business side as consultants to large travel agencies and large corporates as well. So we've seen a lot of the business problems and we've created yuriQa to build a technology platform to address them. So the biggest problems really are for the industry is that because it's so big, it generates data too fast for travel agencies to be able to make sense out of them, to make the right decisions in time to capitalize on the opportunity. In a survey just last year, nearly half of the travel agents surveyed said that they were not able to use data to effectively manage their business currently. And so that was a surprise for yuriQa. We knew that it was going to be a high percentage, but knowing that and knowing that the digital travel industry is absolutely exploding globally, 74% of travelers now use the internet and self-serve channels to book travel, and digital sales volumes are at about $560 billion this year, set to reach $817 billion by 2020. These are people that don't even walk into a travel agency. They're customers that at the moment, without data insights, travel agencies really struggle to reach. So 2 problems. 1, the volume of data, the complexity of the data and the speed at which they can use that data. And second, the growth of the fact that they're not actually able to talk to their customers before customers make a decision. So what yuriQa did is said, right, well, let's take your data and we'll take it live. So as it's happening in your bricks and mortar flight centre in Pitt Street Mall, or your online travel agency up in Hong Kong or in Johannesburg or in London, we'll take that data as it's happening. And because we're experts in the travel industry, we know what you need to know right now to be able to take advantage of what the data is telling you to do. So yuriQa helps travel agencies use that data to find and keep their most valuable customers, to tell them where in their data and where they've got travellers who've perhaps booked a portion of their trip through them, but there's opportunities for upselling. Personalisation of offers in the travel industry is what the market is looking for at the moment, and yuriQa helps travel agencies identify and segment their travellers so that they're able to provide them with a personalised offer that's going to have far more opportunity of success. It helps them retarget existing customers, because we start to look at trends and say who's most likely to book when and what type of holiday are they likely to book. And it also helps them identify if they've negotiated contracts with suppliers which bring in some cases 50% of revenue. It also helps them say, look, you've got these arrangements with these suppliers, you're going to miss your targets which could cost you millions of dollars. Here's the opportunities to cross-sell onto other products which will help you reach your targets. Because the travel industry is so huge, you've got your small ma and pa sort of travel agency shop fronts, right up to your mega corporate travel agencies and online travel agencies. And because of that, one size doesn't fit all in the product that we offer. So we have a very basic core SaaS-based product. Agencies can sign up, organise data flow, and be up and running within days. And that's got a very low cost entry point to it, so there's no barrier to success, but it allows them to do everything or achieve all of the value that we've just talked about. As you start getting bigger and as the agencies grow, they start to have custom requirements. They might have multiple data sources they want to bring in, not just live data. They might have a bespoke way of identifying their customers, or they might have different contract styles that they need to be imported. And that's where, because we have so much consulting experience, we can work with them to create a really compelling BI solution. And where the value comes from is really dollars and cents. And if you think about how competitive the travel industry is, I don't know how many of you listening have been out to book a holiday and how many sites you might have been to, but Google research says that we will look at least 8 but up to 20 different websites before we actually commit to book. So capturing market share is supremely important to travel agencies. And it's important because it helps them grow their business. If they get a repeat customers, obviously cheaper than trying to find a new one. But more than 50% of travel agency revenue actually can come from suppliers themselves. So for example, as a travel agent, I might say to an airline, I'm going to sell $30 million of flights on your airline, and that airline will pay me an incentive payment once I reach that target. If I go to the next tier, they might give me more. So it's really important for travel agents to understand where they are against those contracts, and yuriQa surfaces those insights as it happens in their operations every day. Similarly, the commissions that travel agencies earn from the travel that you book through them can vary significantly. On airfares, it might be as low as 5%, and some of them it's nothing, and which is why you find your airfares get marked up when you buy them. But on non-airfare itinerary items such as cruises or packages or tours and activities, commissions could be as much as 20-25%. So it's important for agencies not to miss that opportunity when you walk through the door or you contact them, and that's where yuriQa surfaces that through. Now, it is, as I said, it's a large market. We have exponential growth every year. There are approximately 280,000 travel agents in the world. We have 40 of those at the moment. So you can see that whilst we have some traction, the size of the opportunity is huge. We've been working through a reseller in their operation. They're a very large global company, and it has taken them some time to get their operation ready to sell. And we, for that reason, negotiated out of an exclusivity agreement with them and are now able to sell direct. And some of the funds that we're looking to raise will go into sales and marketing so that we can start to capitalise on this larger opportunity here. Because of our background in corporate travel and because of our knowledge of what the corporates are looking for in this space, we have a basic product today that works for corporate travel agencies and can be used by corporates. We've also developed a proof of concept, which builds out our corporate capability, including artificial intelligence. And again, a lot of the money that we're looking to raise will be based will go towards those activities. This slide just gives you a sense again, it's a high yield market and investment funds will be used to further develop our product to reach this market. We're not without competition. BI and data and analytics, there's been an enormous amount of money raised for artificial intelligence, particularly in the travel industry, tens of millions of dollars in the US, but it's predominantly to help travel agents reach their customer better through booking tools. And yuriQa is not a booking tool. We process the data that comes through all of the booking tools for the customers. So some of the competition that you see on this slide that have proprietary tools, for example, they're travel agencies or corporate agencies who spent the money a long time ago to develop these platforms. However, if you're a global customer that uses perhaps different travel companies or travel management companies in different regions, then yuriQa is a far better solution for them because we will aggregate content from any travel agency, any distribution system, and that's highly attractive because particularly corporates will change, but also travel agencies will change. We're the only live travel booking data insights company that can operate on all three GDS right now. So we're looking to raise $2 million for three main initiatives. We've already raised $240,000 of that, so we're on our way. But we need to raise the rest to further develop our product for the corporate space. It can be used in the agency platform as well, but it's particularly attractive for corporates. And it's, if you think of it like Siri on top of data, so instead of using a dashboard or receiving alert, I might just be told, you've got risk in your program here, you've got opportunities for savings here, without me having to know that I needed that information. We will just tell you what you need to know when you need to know it, without you even looking at a spreadsheet or logging in. We really need to invest in global sales and marketing. At the moment, we've got a very tiny team doing that, and we've created some huge opportunities with 3 partner networks to expand our distribution channels in the UK and here in Australia, but we need the resources to monetize those. And the more integrations we build to other data sources, the more we can reach the entire industry. We've integrated into 2 of the 3 main ones now, but we do need to raise the additional money for the 3rd.
Fantastic. So I don't think there's really a need for a question. That was as comprehensive as you could get. Really succinct there, Philip. I really appreciate that. So sorry, just back to the ask. So it is a 2 million raised, 240,000 has already been raised of that. Philippa and the team are always accessible, so anyone interested in learning more, please let us know and we can organise a one-on-one session to learn more and to dig deeper into the system and the opportunity. So Philippa, thanks very much for your time today.
Pleasure. Thanks.
And thanks everyone for listening.